Hey y'all, it's Alan. Well met. Today is day 18 of the Community Vlogmas 2019. And the question for today is, what would you name your current practice? So let me just say, notes-wise, on this particular question. It's left open to non-religious and non-spiritual practice for a reason, because not everybody's practice is going to be spiritual. But for me, my specific practice, I would consider a spiritual practice. I do things like sitting in silence, which some might consider meditation. It is, but it isn't for me. I do mindfulness meditation on a regular basis, which is more about calming, staying centered, and a tool for use with stress. And because of it, I don't get stressed very often. At least not in most things. I don't really get stressed that often. But I wouldn't consider mindfulness meditation to be part of my spiritual practice. It is a practice, just I wouldn't consider it a spiritual practice. Sitting in silence is definitely a spiritual practice because it has to do with spirits and listening to spirits and whatnot. I do pray. There is prayer involved in my practice. What would I call my practice? It's not specifically Wicca. It's not specifically witchcraft. It's not specifically a shamanic practice. It's kind of all of those things. And so I would probably call it mystical animism, would probably be the most likely thing I would label it at this point. Would I call it paganism? Yeah, I'd call it a form of paganism. But it's really more about communication with non-corporeal entities, some of which are human, some of which are not. You know, it really has to do with honoring guardians, guides, ancestors, and specific deities that I work with. So I would consider all of which I would call as a whole the spirits. So to me, my practice, I guess, is mystical animism because of all the various things that I do that are meant to be relational. But yeah, my practice is basically like a mystical animism that's meant to be meant to build relationship between self and various spirit entities that are all a part of the whole. So yeah, I guess that's what I would call my practice at this point. I'll talk to you next video. Peace, blessed be, and namaste.